When you think of football legends, only one name echoes across stadiums, continents, and generations. A name that made magic with a ball. A name that made the world fall in love with the beautiful game. That name is Pele. Welcome back to today's fun news, the channel that kicks it up a notch with the coolest stories in sports and entertainment. And today, we bring you the incredible story of Pele, the kid from Brazil who became a global icon. Let's dive into the legacy of the one and only king of football. Pele was born on October 23, 1940 in a small town called Três Corações in Brazil. His real name? Edson Arantes do Nascimento. But the world would soon know him by just one name. He grew up poor. His family couldn't even afford a real football. So young Pele practiced using a sock stuffed with paper. True story. His father was a footballer too, so the love for the game ran deep. By the age of 10, Pele was already dazzling people with his footwork. People began saying, "This kid is special." Spoiler alert, he was more than special. Pele turned pro at just 15 years old with Santos FC. And just 2 years later, at the age of 17, he was called up to play for Brazil in the World Cup. In 1958, he lit up the world stage. Pele scored 6 goals in the tournament, including a hat trick in the semi-final and 2 goals in the final against Sweden. At just 17, he became the youngest player ever to win a World Cup, and he didn't stop there. Let's break this down. Pele is the only player in history to win 3 FIFA World Cups, in 1958, 1962, and 1970. He didn't just win, he dominated. In the 1970 World Cup in Mexico, he led one of the greatest teams ever. That Brazil squad is still considered the best national team of all time. Pele scored in the final and helped Brazil win 4-1 against Italy. The world watched in awe. He wasn't just a player, he was a global phenomenon. Pele wasn't just about goals, though he scored over 1,200 of them in his career. His style was pure joy, fast, creative, smooth, intelligent. He could score with both feet. He could dribble through defenders like water through fingers. And that bicycle kick, he made it famous. He played with passion. And most of all, he played with a smile. For Pele, football was more than a game. It was art. Pele wasn't just a star in Brazil. He was a world ambassador for football. He brought the sport to America when he joined the New York Cosmos in 1975. Suddenly, football or soccer in the US was cool. Stadiums were packed. Celebrities came to games. Pele made the sport global. He met presidents. He worked with the United Nations. He used football to spread messages of peace and unity. In Brazil, he was so beloved that the government declared him a national treasure, just so no foreign club could steal him away. Let's just list a few honors because the list is massive. Scored over 1,280 goals in 1,363 matches. FIFA Player of the Century. Time Magazine's 100 Most Important People of the 20th Century. Received Brazil's Gold Medal for Peace. Played in over 90 countries. Knighted by Queen Elizabeth II. Declared a UNESCO Goodwill Ambassador. Pele's influence reached far beyond the field. He changed lives. He changed nations. Want to know what Pele believed? Success is no accident. It is hard work, perseverance, learning, studying, sacrifice, and most of all, love of what you are doing. One of his most legendary moments, after his final match in 1977, he ran around the stadium, waving a Brazilian and American flag together. 2 worlds united by one man. And then there's the famous chant from fans around the globe. Pele, Pele, Pele. No translation needed. Pele passed away in 2022. But his legacy will never fade. He showed the world that football could be beautiful, that one kid with a softball could grow up to change the world. So next time you see a no-look pass or a joyful goal celebration, remember the man who made it all possible, the king of football, If you enjoyed this story, hit that like button. Subscribe to today's fun news for more awesome legends of sport and entertainment. And tell us in the comments, what's your favorite Pele moment? Long live the king!